Okay. Your clicker's at the front there, Rachel. Again, guys, while you're setting up tech or anything like that, just be aware of the blue sheets and just, excuse me, be thinking about those that you're going to be doing in preparation for tomorrow. Bear with me 30 seconds, Rachel, and I'll be with you.
Well, I had a bit of a surprise.
Okay, so Noah. Right, Rachel, on you go.
Okay, I'm going to be showing you the story of my project from the beginning of year 10 to now of the Overdale Hospital. So the current Overdale Hospital is not fit for purpose. It shows that there's lots of mould on the roof, and the main building itself is outdated and it's broken. My building, I want it to last over 60 years with hopefully minimal repair work, and I would like it to use locally sourced materials, and I want it to focus on sustainability and user comfort. The corridors within my building are wide corridors to help people, like larger groups, walk within the building without bumping into anybody else, and for people with maybe wheelchairs or disabilities to easily make way around my building. There's also separate waiting rooms in every department, so it reduces the stress on some patients, as bigger groups in one area could increase stress as they are waiting. The site location, I chose the south side on the building, as it is facing the original Overdale Hospital, so it's easier, and there's the parking, it's closer to the building then as well. I have included solar panels on the top of my building to increase the solar gain on, and making them face south to increase the sun that is getting to them. I also chose the south side as it has a good view of St Helier, and you can see Fort Regent, Elizabeth Castle, and all that from the view. The timeline through the development, we had started off with a mood board to get a rough idea of what we could do for the interior and exterior of the building and what materials we could use. And then we proceeded to doing a bubble diagram to get an idea of where we would put all of the departments within the building. Then I put it into a rough shape of my building. I decided to continue with that shape as it was easier to build and it was more simple. And then we moved on to cardboard bottles, so we got a better idea of the building. I had added a skylight over the top right corner to increase the sunlight and like having more natural light. Then we moved on to form it, and I've got the separate colours for each department within my building. Then we moved on to Bentley, and we made it a little bit better. I had added in some fire escapes around the sides and more windows in the building. I then changed the roof from a normal white roof to a green roof to help it blend into the hillside, and it was more environmentally friendly. Then we had it onto Luminati to show a final design of our building in more real life looking. The planning drawings, this slide shows my location plan, site plan, and the elevations of my building. This bottom right one shows my format model on the site. The elevations show how my building looks within the walls and the height of the building. I had chosen only one story for my building as it complied to the Right of Light Act, and it didn't cause any shadows on existing buildings, and it didn't stick out from the site down in town. And then the planning policies, like I said, my building is compliant with relevant legislation such as the Right to Light Act. My building doesn't cast any shadows on private properties or any properties around the building. And then with the skylight, it was to increase natural lighting, green roof to blend into the hillside. Thank you for watching. Has anyone got any questions?
Well done, Rachel. That was ace. Did a great job. I really like the presentation style, the fact that you animated through your slides and the timeline worked ever so well. I'm just going through what I've written in my notes. I'd mentioned about, I love the fact that you had division at the beginning and you even showed me a little bit of your energy analysis. I'd like to know a little bit more about the whys in your vision. So you mentioned about, I'm just looking at that first slide again, the vision slide, just to remind me what I wrote, what you wrote. So you said about it's going to last 60 years with minimal repair work and locally sourced materials and a focus on sustainability. So why is that a good thing? That is a good thing, I agree. But why are these things good things?
It means that the building can be standing for even longer. It can be in longer use, and then you don't have to worry so much about having to continuously repair it.
Okay, well done, thank you. Guys, have you got any feedback you'd like to give Rachel?
Good presentation. Well done. You mentioned in there that when you were developing the sort of style and shape of your building, it was easier to build and simpler. Could you just expand on that a little bit? Easier than.
I chose the simple, just box shape, as I thought it'd be easier than trying to do curved walls for the builders who would have to work on the building. And with it being one story as well, they only have to build up the foundation on the first floor.
Yeah, good. We like SQSs. We like straight lines.
Keep it simple,
Yeah, that's simple.
Any more? Is any students or Dave or Peter anything to add?
Nothing for me. It's really good. Yeah. So
Peter,
I'd like to
thanks.
say it's the same question that comments I've made on the previous presentations. I was just picking up on the comment you made about the kind of the right act, etc. And just wanted to talk about, you've got a demonstration knowledge of the reason why you've done that, and it's good to back that up. What we're doing as a tool when we're doing clarifications, we do little solar studies, so we'll do literally 4 times a year the equinoxes, summer solstices, winter solstice, and we do a little 3 which casts a shadow of the building, and it just demonstrates how you comply. So you mentioned that. I would have backed that up with maybe a couple of additional slides just to.
Because you've done that as well.
Presentation.
It's been a great way to demonstrate how you've met it. Just as some images of your building with those solar analysis and the shading analysis would have been.
It just backs up your argument how you justify that.
But ever so well done, Rachel.